everyone. You are here with Poetry Corner West Side Connection, and we have a lot of dope poets in the building. I know that we wasn't here last week, but we were still doing poetry. So we are here tonight. We're going to introduce the poets, and we also have our other host, Ebb and Flow. Ebb and Flow is a poet, a mother, a friend. She is just embodies everything so perfectly put together. And we are here to make sure we allow all of you to shine tonight. So we're gonna start the show off with Chris. So Chris, tell us about yourself, what you're doing, if you have any upcoming events, if you have any books coming out, and then bless our mic.
Hey everyone, my name is Chris Siders. Um, I am currently working on a book. It will be my fourth book. I've self-published two books. The third one is through Booker Press. It's a small press in Monterey County, where I went to school at CSU Monterey Bay. Right now, I'm on tour for spoken word and rap and hip hop. Yeah, I'm a hip hop artist. I'm a music producer, and I also do like a ton of other different things on the side as well. Yeah, the first leg of my tour is from January to May, and then the second leg is June to September, and in August I'm gonna be in Switzerland performing. A lot of great things happening. I'm blessed, and yeah. um What poem do y'all want to hear first? Like I have a love poem. I have a poem about how I died from COVID and came back. Um, I have a heartbreaking poem
Let's
with
hear the love first. Let's start
Yeah,
off
let's
with the
start
love.
with
the
love.
love. Okay, cool.
Yes.
This one's new. This one's a new one. Okay, this is called "From Kids We Tear and Proceed the Song." No matter what, I am all in, and you responded. I don't think you know what all of me comes with. As fragile hands collided and broke a silence, only your skin comprehended stars collapse. To a faulty gaze, shocking habits, ball biz dangle off hereditary genes. As children, we became esoteric, fit to the fashion, elders envision tailoring spirits as the romantic and requiems. Owner stitch patterns and so priceless smiles behind gospel praises to salute a flag display where God is magnified. Closest thing to grasping scriptures as we took them ambiguously, setting tearful skies on fire. Overcasting eternal perils beneath cotton mouthpieces picked by ancestors in quarterly cycles. No choice to deposit current for currency. Underneath mattresses, roaches spring. From mother's brow to skinny dip in my mother's cereal bowl. Early mornings before I was born. Fall to omens, teas, and nerves with the brisk heat of American mirages that celebrate eugenics. White, skinny, blue-eyed, tall, sharp crimson booty chin, hair covering acne, pasty red, incel anxiety, residing in a country where mental illness becomes a justifiable death sentence written in notes, torn. Paste man-made spectrums we indoctrinate, then challenge to formulate our identity. To be queer and of color, yet outside of cultural lines, sketch a polygamous diagram, a beautiful deemed disastrous by norms that coexist with the reality of weird. We are haunted. How do I expect for you not to catch me whispering prayers amidst hurricanes we actively chase? Cleave a linear alphabet while embodying language. Repositioning. OCD, PTSD, BPD, IBS, patch invisibility along many urges to connect with others. So yes, I am all in, even if I don't understand what the fuck that entails. So call me fucking crazy, but what if I deliberately requested that you shred my heart into confetti to make your favorite rainbow pastel colors? Similar to the sounds of crushed leaves impacted by heavy rainfall that reminds you to smile. Be free. And may our hearts forbid that this should end at any moment. Let this fragment in time be evidence that love is possible. However, we must acknowledge that when there is love, there is grief. We're just adults begging for our inner kids to be seen on pedestals composed of Legos, not prideful enough yet to rend diary morning pages. Songwriting March 30th, 2019 reads, I've never been in love. But however, you can teach me. Someone that will go with me, be my constant. I promise I'm a fast learner. Honestly, I am not a fast learner. But I can assure you that I can love you even when you don't love yourself. You are not broken. You swing arms, whacking phantoms to ascend like shoebill birds, falling in fields of pink hydrangeas, becoming majestic by just being you. Do not change. And we are not the same. And even then, I love you so. From a kid enjoying every moment, hoping for more.
Thank you
Beautiful.
so much for that. We got King Atterbury in the building. Thank you so much for joining us. He is our other host, and
How
he
y'all
will
doing tonight?
probably lay down a poem. I'm going to pass the mic to Ebb and Flow. Ebb and Flow, it's on you.
Thank you so much, Chris, for that beautiful love poem. It was deep. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all of you being here tonight. Welcome, King. We're happy that you made it. And we're going to pass it to the next poet. We're going to go to you, Spoken Truth.
Hello, everybody. What was it? Describe myself and everything like that. My name is Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth. I am an author, filmmaker, artist, illustrator, elected official. I run several nonprofits. I have my own clothing brand, and I like to travel with the sound of my voice. I'm on my 10th publication, is what I'll be reading from today. The Wall. I'll see if I can show you without my whole setup here collapsing. But there we go. The wall and stuff is from people that I meet as I travel. They sign my books and kind of stay around my neck. Um, I guess that's a little bit about me. And the piece I'll be reading today, I'm gonna take it to Black History Month, if that's okay with y'all. It's okay with y'all. Um, So the piece I'll be reading from, shameless plug, shameless plug. This is the Childhood Trauma series. It's kind of shiny right now, but that's okay. You can look it up on Amazon or contact me directly on any of my outlets and stuff like that. The piece I'll be reading, I read last year, as this year we rose the Pan-African flag in front of our government building and inside the county commissioner's office in representation of this month. This year I read Broken Clock, which I heard last week. So this is last year's piece called Trust Us. Let's begin. Peace. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, they will come for you. They will come for your ability to travel. They will come for your ability to feed your family. They will come for your ability to shelter your family. They will come for your ability to educate your family. They will come for your ability to provide for your family. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, we will incentivize you. We will use your religious beliefs against you. We will offer you freedom. We will confuse you with choice. We will give you everything, yes, everything that delays you from independent thought. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, you will do anything, yes, anything we tell you to. You will march, protest, and divide yourselves amongst your strength. You will fight over everything we tell you to. You will do the ostracizing and identifying for us. You will obey. You will not question. When you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone, give us everything, yes, everything we ask for. Give us your identities to sell to our designer products. Give us more time than you have to spend with your family. Give us your fear, hate, love, dreams, and we will create a lifestyle you will never want to leave. Give us your pain, sorrow, anguish, loneliness, and nightmare filled tears so we can create a world where you are the victim. Yes, the victim in every scenario. Give us your hope when you are too sick to fight, too scared to run, and misinformed to the point where you don't trust anyone. Trust us, and we will give you everything we feel you deserve. It will come for you. And as long as you trust us, giving us everything we ask for, we will offer you anything, yes, anything you want in peace. Shout out Toledo, Ohio.
That was deep. That was deep spoken truth. Deep.
Yes, thank you so much for that piece. It was very
That was
much
solid.
felt. All right. So now we'll bring it to you, Akeem. Bless the mic. Let us know what you got going on in the poetry world.
How y'all doing? My name is Akeem Olaj. I am based in Austin, Texas. I just released a book about 2 weeks ago on January the 17th called Socially Distant. You could get the book from my website, akeemolaj.com. I'm going to put it on sale for Black History Month, of course. Socially Distant is part 2 to my quarantine series. I've been writing poems specific about the experiences I've been having during COVID-19. This is part 2 to that, but I'm going to be reading. I'm going to be reading poems from the new book. So I'm going to start with this poem because this poem I think has the most. I feel like it's the best representation of what this book is about. This poem is called Racism Cast Spells. Doctors do this funny thing when they speak to a Black patient. They tend to speak to them in code. I told my doctor of a cough, a chest pain, fever. He spoke in code and said, with your history of asthma and slight diabetes, let's wait a few days to see if your symptoms persist. Code for my doctor think that I'm trying to fake an illness. Refused to treat my bronchitis for 15 days, refused medical aid even after I started to cough up blood. They backtracked their records, covered their malpractice by claiming the delay in my healthcare was due to a brand new COVID protocol, which is code for. The Hippocratic Oath only applies to white skin with premium insurance. You see this. This is medical grade racism, the kind that's so potent and makes you think that it's magic. Just look at the curses and hexes it has cast on the Black body. Don't it all look like pre-existing conditions? Like cancer without any family history. Heart attack without any family history. Doctors will call this genetic predisposition. They will talk about how the Black body shows greater fat and muscle. No talk about the generations being forced to breed to produce the biggest Black buck. Doctors will talk about how the Black body can't control hormones or stress. No talk about the generations being forced to live next to chemical plants because their white neighbors lobby to make sure their white neighborhood is upwind from the polluted byproduct. And since we can't call this medical evolution of racism the actual truth and call it racism, can we at least call it a blue cross and shield burning on our front lawn? It's Black women being 3 times more likely to die during childbirth. It's telling your doctor you're in extreme pain from an open wound and they prescribe you aspirin because according to your insurance and your melanin, pain relief medication is not covered. This medical racism with my Blackness not covered leaves me guessing that reduced life expectancy is the main pre-existing condition of Blackness. And when asked to rate this pain between 1 and 10, I will rate this generational curse off the charts, and I wonder if the fear of an early death will cause genetic depression, insomnia, or weakness of the heart, or is this all just a game show? We can't call it the new Tuskegee experiment, so we have to call this survival of the fittest. Let's see how many black folk can endure major medical surgeries without any pain medication because black people, we lie about our experience of pain. Just look how numb we have to be to even exist. My friend, Nicole would say that same numbness would make our skin age slow, but behind closed doors, Nicole told her doctor of her back pains. Her doctor spoke in code and told them to drink more water, walk out more, lose some weight. Turned out that pain was stage 4 kidney cancer. At that funeral, we all would gather and reminisce on how beautiful and wrinkle-free the skin of this beautiful black body that died 3 months before the ripe old age of 32.
Wow.
Young
Wow,
one.
yo,
Yo.
So true. So deep. So true.
A1.
Thank you so
I
much.
have no words.
Damn.
Dope.
Damn.
All right. We really appreciate that piece. Truth.
Yes.
Truth. So we'll pass it to you, King Atterbury, and you can welcome the next guest to the mic, please.
All right. Thank you. Excuse me. This piece, well, I'm King Atterbury. I can be found on Instagram, King Atterbury Inc. I'm also an author, published author rather, and poet. And my books can be found on Amazon through the site, kingatterbury.com. This piece I'm going to go into is called Stargazer. Our telepathy is stronger than the bond within our therapy. As we unite as a superforce, the sky changes color quickly. The sunset is blushing as it moves along traveling inside a world that is built off the feeling of warm seasons. Now for this moment greeting, eyes closed with other senses open. Memory, emotion keep my mind exploring images, while farther illumination carry a vibe deep within. Hearing the evening speak remotely while four-wheeling commotion. The air is fresh as I inhale what nightfall has given me. A true peaceful delivery. Trees around silently whisper. Old conversations from a time when they were younger, telling me about the spring and summer. Appreciate the now, King.
Thank you so much for that piece, King. We're going to bring next up to the mic to bless our mic. We're going to pass it back to Chris. But Chris, you sent me a really in-depth, detailed autobiography, and your pictures and everything was detailed. So I just want you to talk a little about what you do so we can know like who you are and what do you bring into our community, because I think it's a really beautiful thing.
Thank you. So as humans, we evolve. Um, my journey kind of began in near the end of high school and throughout college. So my college years, I was a community activist and I was involved as an ally in the women's rights movement on campus. I went to CSU Monterey Bay again, and so through that, I learned a lot about what it means to be a man and the intersectionalities of being a black queer man at that, black queer pansexual man. And through there, I got to teach in the prison system for a couple years at Soledad Correctional Facility and breaking down and deconstructing patriarchy and its harmful effects with men of color. And that's definitely been an experience. So through that, I kind of started to deconstruct some my identity. So like all the things that encompasses Chris. You have the lover boy side that I just performed about. Then you have the political side, you have the angry side, you know. And so that's kind of just where I'm at right now about humanizing ourselves, and especially as Black people, you know. On the news, we only see one image, and that's my goal, is to show that we are multifaceted. We have emotions that we deserve to feel. We have a right to feel. And as a spoken word instructor, that's one of my goals. I want to teach my students, like, to feel your emotions, because out here we don't talk about emotional intelligence and the importance of that at all. Growing up, I'd never known anything about that, and that's something that could definitely save us all if we sit down and deconstruct that and have those conversations.
And that's learned, right? And I'm so proud of you that you are teaching that, especially to our youth. That's very important. And I always tell people, like, don't apologize for how you feel, right?
Mhm.
You are entitled to your feel. I cannot tell you how to feel or how to think. Those are your feelings. And I have to be willing to understand that. So I've worked with children for a lot of years too. So I really, really commend you for the work that you do and the things that I've seen you do. You know, it's very beautiful than just hearing your story. Thank you so much for sharing that. And so just go into your piece and bless our mic again.
Yeah. So this next piece is about um, I was falsely accused of sexual assault in college by a white woman, and the university gave me two options. They said you can either admit to the charges or we're going to take you to court. So, and this was about, I think, the same year when that documentary When They See Us came out on Netflix. So, this is my experience, and again, it took me 7 years to write this piece to find the words for it. So here it is. A closed letter to my current crush. Your smile frightens me like many before you. Cautiously traversing on stars to fall as your wish. Catch me in flesh, step as dangerous. Everyone bear witness, me black. My stomach became a graveyard of butterflies. I dripped in old comments of how my cursed skin is undeserving of marriage. You are too dark for anyone to marry. Your skin is the color of.
He froze. He froze you guys.
Okay, we're going to come back to Chris. His poem, I saw him perform this in person, is really dope. So when he comes back, I'm going to pass the mic back to Evan Flo. Evan Flo, you can introduce the next poet.
All right, so we'll take it back to Spoken Truth. Give us another piece.
Man, he just lit the whole mic on fire. Camera couldn't contain him. I can't wait till he comes back though. Poetry is something that's very interesting and very intimate as well. I want to say that. So I think I gave a good thing about what I do: films, books, artwork. It dances too. I may show that at the end for the viewers. I tried to do it last show, but yeah, as he was talking about, all of my work, this is coming up on year 8 now, deals with emotions. I've never written out of reaction or trying to make a profit off of it. I've done slams and stuff like that, but I think we'll stick back with the theme of, there he's back. Okay. Stick with the theme of Black history. And if we go another round, I'll do an emotional piece. How's that sound? Sound good?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So let's begin. Peace. I am Black history. I am Black history. My ancestors sacrificed, bled, cried, pleaded, and prayed. Yes, prayed to their ancestors for me to live to see today. My ancestors were stripped of their history, taken from their land, and given another tongue to speak fluently in the language that propagates the rewriting of their history. I am Black history. Still, that wasn't enough. After the chains came off, ships broken down and monetized for the worth of a drop of blood, we existed in limbo. My great grandmother was a slave. My great great grandmother was a sharecropper. My grandmother had to live through the trauma of the civil rights era and Jim Crow rule. My mother had to live through the politics of gentrification, redistricting, the war on drugs, project precipitation, welfare for the broken generations of curses left by the well-fed, to complain for their part in history and the separation of family due to court rule. I am Black history. You tell us to build with the scraps that you give us, the meager remnants of a country that we help build off the backs, blood, and sweat of people who were ripped from their families, torn from their homes, and told that they were savages and you belong to us. You burn, bomb, and massacre any congregation of people that find hope within themselves. Tulsa, Galveston, Detroit, Black Wall Street, Dearborn, Black Panthers, SNCC, NAACP, Black Lives Matter. I am Black history. My family tree looks like a tattered and torn tapestry of broken buds and dead limbs that still somehow flourish to bear fruit. You brainwash your children with false history, only highlighting your moments of accomplishment, editing out the struggles of my people, the success of my people, the strength of my people, and the resilience of our blood, giving us symbolisms and heroes that you personally pick, consoling us with awarded inventors and creators who never got the recognition they deserved while they were alive. So just sit here and take this. I am Black history. I live today because my ancestors didn't quit. The strange fruit that you hung from those trees, bucks you tried to break, history you tried to erase, and women, yes, women that you mercilessly raped, birthed me. The blood that the blood that they spilled runs through my veins. Their cries for freedom flow through my lungs, and their memories keep me standing strong with a head held high, answering to no less than Sir or King, because they filled me with such pride. I am Black history, and you will never, no, never forget me. And peace.
Thank you so much for that.
Yes,
I can say one, yo.
that was
Flowers.
beautiful. Thank you so much. Chris, welcome back.
I am Black history.
Welcome back, Chris. Can you hear us? Are you
Yeah, I'm
there?
so sorry about that.
No worries. Just making sure we tap in. We're gonna pass the
Yeah,
mic back to you. We were waiting for you to come back.
for sure, for sure. All right, so yeah, I'll finish the piece. I'll start from the beginning. Uh, a closed letter to my current crush. Your smile frightens me like many before you. Cautiously traversing on stars to fall as your wish. Catch me in flesh stepped as dangerous. Everyone bear witness me. Black. My stomach became a graveyard of butterflies. I drift in old comments of how my cursed skin is undeserving of marriage. You are too dark for anyone to marry. Your skin is the color of shit. This is coming from Black people, so I need for you to listen closely. Don't waste your time. Spring semester 2013, 19 years old, a woman named Nicole who barely knew me turned to her friends after watching me perform and said, "One day, I'm going to marry that guy." Continued to pry my side with a simple question one late night: "What is your story?" Awkwardly pulling tales from a little black boy from an abusive home, not understanding death at 4 years old as he grips a skull to show that he is not to be fucked with. She has left me feeling seen as an introduction to intimacy. The first step to kill a mockingbird. Construct a cage founded on trust to my current crush. No matter how much I gotten to know you over the past few weeks, your encouragement and compliments just translates to, "You're not enough." Fall semester 2014, 21 years old, Nicole created distance. Gaslit my suicide attempts under street lamps, taking on my burdens. The allure of a first kiss, misinterpreting intention, saying that you would go inside my brain and erase yourself from my life experience. It turns out that you're just a power-tripping white woman seeking revenge on men who harmed you in projection. Sugar law monsters are once hidden in my pocket. See, the second step to kill a mockingbird is to isolate and make them feel alone. Chris touched me, he won't leave me be. Walk into my friend's room, leave lipstick marks on his cheek. Smile as I'm present to make me jealous and give the idea that I'm somehow obsessive. The devil in the new dress made everyone that once claimed to love me suddenly absent. Said it that with Chris' violent past, he could hurt me or any woman. Title IX gave me 24 hours between two choices: either admit to the charges or get taken to court. In other words, swallow the bullet away publicly by rope, my nigga. So to my current crush, the shrapnel shifts inside when confronting with intimate decisions. Forced to clip butterfly wings for the guilt and shame I built up inside me. Because when I see me, I see my grandfather sexually abusing my grandmother, my own mother in the corner watching her brother's plot to kill him. All I see is the time I called my female classmate a bitch and the time I almost taken a life with my bare hands. So as the final step to kill a mockingbird is to permanently damage their voice and let others tell the story. And I know that this is not me, because this was handmade by America. I ignite myself on fire before your eyes. So to my current crush, I beg of you, please stop wasting your fucking time.
Wow. I ignite myself on fire before your eyes.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that. That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
That was
Yeah,
deep.
real deep.
Thank you so much for that.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, Akeem, gonna take it to you. Bless the mic again for us, please.
All right, how y'all doing? So this is also another poem that's featured in my book. A letter to my partners to read if I don't return from the George Floyd protest. If they kill me, it would say that I was big and black. If they would be correct, it would say that I resisted arrest, but I was told to never let anyone just take my freedom away, so that would be correct. I resisted. They would say that I had drugs in my system. The drug in question would be weed. Indica specific, doesn't affect the brain, but soothes the body aches that come with being black in America. So yes, I will most likely have drugs in my system. My drug list will also include Wellbutrin, Celexa, citalopram, but saying that the police killed a clinically depressed man doesn't make a catchy enough headline that would say that I was a criminal, that would dig through my history and say that I had unpaid parking tickets, so I had it coming, that I stole a stuffed animal at 15 and I can't be trusted, that I never stood for the national anthem because that's when I conveniently took a bathroom break, that I fabricate a reason for why a gun was pointed to my face that would say that I was under investigation for a drug ring, a possible suspect for a robbery, a murder, tax evasion, anything to prove that I still had it coming would say that because I know 3 types of martial arts that I'm inherently dangerous, forget that I'm naturally a pacifist, looking for an alternative to feeling safe as a black man that did not involve me carrying a gun, but they would still say that I had a gun when they actually met my skin, would say that my melanin was alarming, that the mere sight of it in my epidermis was threatening the safety of society, so that's why I had to be eliminated. So protest. And don't listen to any family member saying that they forgive the people that murdered me. I'm telling you right now, they were probably paid off. Now, if my killers are a critic, you have my permission to riot. A riot is said to be the voice of the unheard. And since at this point I would be dead with my murderers running free because they were just following their 6 months of police training, riot, burn down everything this country holds dear. Riot for the tear gas, the rubber bullets, the Gestapo level kidnapping. Riot, burn this country for Malcolm, for Fred Hampton, for any leader of the African American community that was killed simply because they were black. Riot, for the revised history that we learned because no one knows that MLK was assassinated for saying that he was about to march on Washington because America owed every black person a check. Riot, burn, flip a car, behead a statue. This would still be more peaceful than shooting a black kid with a toy gun within 2 seconds of your arrival. More peaceful than kneeling on the neck until a life slips away. If they kill me, you better make America remember my name. Let it haunt them like the image of Emmett Till. Let this country never be able to say the Pledge of Allegiance without them first seeing their blood on my hand, on their hands in one nation. They pray to the God of money only, and where liberty is a dark humor joke because that's only justice for some.
Wow.
Yes, thank you so much for that
Give you
piece.
the
No,
stamp
Now,
of power on that one.
Yeah, that was
yes.
deep. That was hard.
Thank you so much.
We
Up
appreciate
next,
that.
up next to bless our mic is Spoken Truth.
I'm back so early, right?
Yeah, the
Yep.
rhythm got off when someone dropped, so it's back on you.
No. So we're gonna shift, brother. Needed to hear that. Thank you for that piece. I don't know. Anytime I hear stuff about activism, it does something different when you've been out there. You've seen the stuff. So we're gonna go in a healing direction. How's that sound for everybody? A little bit of healing. This piece is called Falling Upwards. Let's begin. Peace. There's no manuscript to life. You have to live it to experience it and make mistakes to grow. There are many basic instructions before leaving Earth sufficiently. Countless manuals left by prophets who lived hundreds of years ago. Translated history that fits the doctrine of the day. But none of them, no, none of them can tell you who you are. There is no manuscript to life. You have to live it to experience it and make mistakes to grow. You, yes, you, are a living, breathing, thinking star created out of the elements that make up the universe, with explosive potential so powerful that no living being has been ever able to calculate the magnitude of what you are capable of. There's no manuscript to life. You have to live it to experience it and make mistakes to grow. There's no cheat sheet to finding out what your purpose is. You have to be willing to fail. Yes, fail multiple times in unimaginable ways before you can even fathom how strong you are. Do not doubt yourself or feel that you are unworthy of love, because you deserve every ounce of kindness for the survival you have been through. There is no manuscript to life. You have to live it to experience it and make mistakes to grow. Your time is finite, and the more of it you waste on trying to make other people accountable for their actions instead of accepting them for who they are, the longer, it's longer it will take for you to be happy with the lessons that they taught you. It's okay to feel that you were wronged. or mistreated by anyone that tried to dim, obscure, or swallow your light. Just don't hold that hurt in forever, or it will become the black hole that swallows all the joy within you. There's no manuscript to life. You have to live it to experience it and make mistakes to grow. Never settle for someone else's path to enlightenment if you haven't traveled down any dangerous roads of your own. The safest and shortest distance will leave you with no journey to tell others what you have overcome. Hardships are a part of the process, and if you skip them, you'll be bitter and unprepared for your own trials and tribulations when the time comes. There's no manuscript to life. You have to live it to experience it and make mistakes to grow. What you do today, yes, today, may inspire someone to face their own demons, their own traumas, nightmares, and difficulties because you, as you, showed strength and blazed a path that no one had gone down before. There are many basic instructions before leaving us sufficiently, but you have to decide, are you the writer or the reader from a story that's been told as long as there's been stories to tell? So live the greatest adventure that the world may never know unless you decide to tell them from the experiences you lived through. Peace.
Beautiful piece, bro. Love that,
Thank you.
man. Word.
That
Super
was
joint.
beautiful. So my brother is in the audience and he requested for me to do a piece. So I'm gonna do a real quick piece for him. Um, Poetry has been great tonight. I really enjoyed everyone thus far. In this poem that I'm going to do is titled Forever Scars. Life has left deep, lasting wounds, pains pierced into my flesh, carving the unthinkable suffering, body blows to my chest. My body grinded up into a mixture of fear and regrets. I'm sinking into quicksand, fighting to get out alive. I died 1,000 times. Broken down into pieces, disturbing words from a mother that was supposed to nurture, love, and protect. Busted knees from running, falling down on tree trunks, my life flashing before my eyes. Waking up in cold sweats, reoccurring dreams of her chasing me. It's dark, I awake in the park. This is my life. This was my life. I'm only 10. When will this end? My fingertips are the healing, the scars with every word I engrave on this page. My story is going to end with healing and peace when you read the captions after my name. And that's my piece.
All right. Love it. Thank you,
All
Miss J,
right.
for that piece.
That was lovely. Straight from the soul and heart.
That was
Beautiful.
dope. That was dope.
Thank you. We're going to pass the mic back to Chris.
All right. Yeah, my apologies again with the internet, y'all. But so yeah, this is yeah, we're all doing three pieces, right? So this will be the last one, right?
It might be, we don't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Just I was gonna preface it like, oh yeah, this is my last piece, y'all. All right, for sure. Well, this piece is about how uh I died from COVID and I came back, and through the grace of God, I'm still here. Um, September 2020, before there was vaccines, um, I was exposed, uh, tested positive, caught the blood, landed in the hospital. Third day in the hospital, everything went black, and I just saw pink, white, and blue lights, and I felt that I saw God for the first time. So this is about that entire year and in my experience with that. And yeah, so here it is. God awaited for the day I showed up on their footstep, empty-handed to present their face. Pink, white, blue. Job once said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. Adjourned under the same roof, Rittenhouse maintained, with black bodies used as the foundation to place a wooden table. Where Lana Del Rey attempts to sing the same octave as Hughes, we as black people can never stop running in Aubrey's shoes above underground, the earth waves. As Mother Waters breaks levees with every lead drawn out the chamber, seekers flag kneel on curves mirroring Edward Norton as the Rick Chauvin or Vineyard see American history repeats. Present day is like 1918 meets 81 collided with 92. A new celebrity in chief against blacks die on camera with nothing to prosecute in this realm but our past. Fabricated in spangled banners carried by military deck coach chanted bullets to retrieve Uncle Sam's debt. Greed was the engine looted black bodies for profit, skinning us for the design, their wallets, raping and killing our fathers. So motherfuck Target, motherfuck Amazon, motherfuck Walmart, motherfuck their gentrified coffee shop. I got beef with your local police department. You said fuck the police as a trend, and I actually lived it. Holding my father at gunpoint, making my mother watch. I was followed home by they attempt to put cocaine in me and my brother's pockets. It's America that taught me how to kill when disrespected. It's America that taught me how to lie, cheat, and steal by any means to create the facade that somehow mountains are being moved by being a fucking patriot. Over 1 million dead. And we still have the nerve to question the point of it all like a bad Disney Channel special. I'm truly at a loss for words. 6 feet apart, 3 people to every other row, only 30 people allowed in total at my brother's funeral. I agreed to my anxiety to believe that death lingers around the corner, literally living down the street where 18-year-old Andrea Lee was gunned down by deputies. I found peace in my negative energies, eventually catching COVID, coughing up blood in my toilet, going to the ER, unable to focus with extreme fatigue and eternal bleeding for the first 7 hours, getting punctured repeatedly till 2 in the morning. Collapsing in the middle of the floor, rushed to the ICU. Doctors offer shock therapy in case my heart stops beating. Relearning how to breathe as I watch Breonna Taylor's killers walk free. Again, feel weak. Strapped to the bed, unable to move after I poop, like liquid would come out, and nurses would have to wipe me down. Served the same red, yellow, and ice chips for 3 meals a day, watching The Price is Right, Young and the Restless, and more protests as doctors struggle to get more blood out of me. My heart rate is over 200, thinking about my cousins, thinking about the pain of a black father struggling with the thoughts of burying his own son, and the pain of a black father unable to share her child because somehow I felt that I always deserved this. Numb to the fingers gripping my body, silence shrouds over me, seeing nothing but pink, white, blue, God. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for that piece.
That's what's up.
He performed this live
Amen,
at
man.
the Sam's Library Poetry. Let me Chris is alumni of CLI along with me and Evan Flo, right? So he performed his piece and it was just dope. And I had to like invite him to the show so he can share, we can all share this experience with him.
Poetry.
All of you guys be like really, really dope. Up next to the mic is my girl, Ebb and Flow. Y'all not ready? Y'all not ready? Ebb and Flow is on you. Bless our mic.
All right, guys, here I come. I think I accidentally deleted my piece, so just give me a quick second. I read a different one. I'm so pissed right now, but it's all good. 1 second. I'll read this piece. It's called Until Tomorrow Today. Until tomorrow today, we shall not be censored or owned. We are not cattle now, never was, and never will be. We are not depicted by the history that is a mystery because we don't read the books that teach us who we are. We preach about things unseen but have yet to believe in we. Like thieves from streets and bookstores, war is easier. fighting ourselves because who knows how to fit in without standing out. And we're no longer chasing clout or money trees to shade the sun that activates melanin, a pyramid, yelling out to the cosmos like gold mined deep and dark places and traces of footprints against skies that do not defy truths untold, to never being stolen or kidnapped or ambushed, to indentured slaves and three-fifths a human, accusing us of everything under the sun except what we are, God's sons and holy daughters, tortured and raped the land till it was barren, sharing crop, and no one stops working long enough to count time. But the sun setting is indication that we can retire for the night into beds and sheds of cotton fields, still calling in the middle of nights. Unrested and neglected, deep slumbers have no place here. The morning comes too soon. Until tomorrow today.
Yes.
That was dope.
Yo, drop the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to do another piece for you guys. It's titled Vivacious. She is all the way live, exciting, surprising, inviting, graceful, and dignified. Self-confidence is her go-to guide. The epitome of excellence and good taste, a speaker of great poise, cool under pressure, calm and collected, always respected. He captured her pose. A painted picture is forever embedded in his memories. The musical sound of her infectious laughter fills the room with cheer. Her hair is waves of an ocean, beautiful, awe-inspiring. The skin tone ebony South African, her lips richly appealing. Her teeth resembles the South Sea pearls. Her words are resounding. Her breasts are the work of Michelangelo, the autonomy created by the creator. Her presence demands full attentions. The egress is forever recalled, his painting, a picture of vivacious. And that's my piece.
Okay, vivacious. Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much,
That's
Queen.
what's
Thank
up.
you.
Thank you. Did you find your poem?
I found it. I did. I
Okay, it's
did.
back on you.
The Most High is good. He is great. So this poem I wrote after I watched a movie called Monster. I was deeply, deeply affected by it. And so here's a little short story that I wrote. Opening statements, more like monologues. We see him riding his bike to school. His skin glistens in the morning sun, untouched in all of his glory. His hair blowing in the wind, soaring to the place where we began. He looks like your teenage son and his friend, what society labels a thug, at once in custody, held down by gravity, fighting to breathe. An instant of mistaken mischief has changed his future forever. A second ago, he was free to leave. Now the officer is referring him to V28358, a disgrace. He's supposed to graduate with honors, a photographer. He sees the world with eyes above skyscrapers, illuminations of light. He likes to develop in dark rooms. Now he sits in dark gloom, developing a mentality of free me, but everyone is guilty here until proven innocently. At night his mind won't let him sleep. In court his mother cannot breathe, so she weeps. He can hear her crying, chest heaving from leaving buildings that house sons that now belong to no one. Suits to dress up lies from truths, bars to separate animals from proof of law abiding citizens and witnesses. Nevertheless, he must remain convinced I'm innocent. I don't belong here. His mind screams as the district attorney makes his opening speech. A barrage of insults hurled in his direction left lingering. No one is objecting. Monster, a word that does not depict the reflection he once seen, but there are no mirrors here. Standing near are the jurors, staring into outer space. No one will look him in his face. His innocence is now displaced. A fight against freedom, establishing the need to free him. Do they believe him? A race against time awaiting, his freedom slowly dissipating. He should be graduating. His teacher takes the stand. With truth, he swears his hand, instantly witnessing his character, completely uncharming to these 12 cold, heartless humans. They have no face, and just like him, they all seem to look the same. Insane. He prays not to go. But how do you maintain your innocence when no one knows your side of the story? A whirlwind, then everything goes blurry. A man died that night. Candles now flickering, commemorating a body lying, lifeless, life taking its final stance, the last dance. His blood still stains the pavement. No payment for a lawyer, so they order up a public do not defend her or him. His mother prays the Lord's Prayer. She holds her rosary close, eyes clenched, closed, trying to compose herself. And when she reaches another Hail Mary, it is innocent again. And now we can begin at graduation, a culmination from sinking to rising again, from bars and handcuffs to becoming a man, a twist to his plan. The government calls it pipeline to prison, but for now he is free again. His mother can breathe again, and his father can believe again. But I'm left wondering why a man had to die that night. And why is it a constant fight to be innocent in a society that is proven guilty? Still, I hear my people screaming, holler if you hear me. In this land of the brave and home of the not free, where we stand constantly chained to slavery, Jim Crowing, and still we are showing no retreat. Everything in between is a scheme to again trap thee. Like Tupac said, please wake me when I am free. That's that piece.
Woo!
All right.
Nice.
Right here.
Didn't I tell y'all?
One more round.
King, you got another poem for us? Then we gonna kick it to Hakeem.
All right. I'll recite one. This piece I titled Carry On. Lock the devil in a cage, held by light, by the sun signs. Fight dark energy with the strength of God Almighty. Deep dreams come into fruition without a vision. Plant seeds of thought in a community still struggling. Love still exists while we change story narratives. The county under fire, yet our time haven't expired. Unification connected by many sources with the elders. We the next generation painting pictures, no murals. Speaking out to the youth by showing and proving. Exonerating the hate by giving a helping hand. The hug is more special as we vibe here and now. Sending prayers up above past the clouds toward the skylab. True eyes of believers. Push seekers keep going. Travelers of a way still continue open a venue. Bonds be made face to face at the place where we all meet at. Joining a higher calling, brothers and sisters, is a super force. King.
All
Thank
right,
you so much
King.
for that piece.
Beautiful piece. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Up next to the mic is Hakeem. Bless our mic again.
How y'all doing? All right. Gonna do this one. It's also part of my book. It's called Frankenstein. So Frankenstein's a monster. It's a monster with no name, a duplicate of its creator, a life with no purpose but to exist, a body jigsawed into a specimen consisting of perfect parts and hopes to become beautiful. In the fit of insanity or genius, I attempt to Frankenstein my body into a life without all my trauma. During childhood, I removed my face, replaced it with one that always smiled. My old one looked like a whispered prayer that God didn't answer. Replace my eyes with one-way mirrors, clear of purpose, empty of confidence. Replace my tragedies with blissful ignorance. The only thing this new version of me would consider an ill of society is sexism, because a body made up of different humans can't possibly see race under the eyes of the Lord that have forsaken my creation. I will replace my background story. My family would become the most loving entity I know. It's not backwoods, Hicktown. I replaced my skin with the hide of a lion. When I was a teen, my entire existence had rape victim track marks tattooed in flesh along all my private and clavicle, my lower back. Home of permanent lash marks from my father's discipline, replaced with tiger stripes. Can't be an endangered, abused animal if I'm made up of every apex predator on the planet. Replace my arms with tungsten steel, or make them out of pure granite or diamonds. Anything that needles won't have the audacity to penetrate. Not for a booster shot, not for a blood draw. I will replace my breath with wind. I hope it would be able to chime a song of peace instead of happiness, with a side of survival's guilt. Sing a song of contentment and mean it, instead of faking it until I make it. Replace my skin tone with more brown skin because it's perfect. Replace my hair with itself because my black hair is perfect. Change my personality. Make it less serious, more uplifting for no other reason, so I can listen to the God speaking within me. When I speak to myself, I then would be the perfect man to listen to in the times of despair. I then would be beautiful. But when I look in the mirror, I see nothing but a broken man. Same scars on my face from when a mad scientist created me. Don't know how I would ever deal if life decided to deal me a different hand than this one that leaves me, this broken monster, looking for a God.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
Thank you so much for that piece.
That
Okay,
was
Chris
amazing.
has to leave, so I'm gonna let him finish out his piece, and then up next we're gonna have spoken truth. So, Chris, bless our mic one more time.
For sure, for sure. Thank you once again for having me. Everyone's pieces, y'all been rocking it, man. Yeah. Props to y'all. Props to y'all. Much love. Much love. I'm gonna just end it off on this piece. It's called Unapologetic, and hope y'all rock with it. Product of battering rams and Genghis Skrilla. Wonder if it's red or blue when we was younger. Fiends on the corner batter for their food and liquor. American terror, get the fucking picture. This is brother token them weapons since I was 12. PCP at 14, darkest skin I held. Niggas died with heart all inside. Let the bullets fly. Wait till it's too late to see the devils alive. This is God. God. God fed us breadcrumbs to live off a minimum. Rent sin off a black skin to be your white him. Corinthians missing from 66 versions. Mary Poppins still claims to be your fucking virgin. Mobile steering with nowhere drunk. All powers in red room. Eve remains unsung on the fucking patriarch. While homophobia rise from the fucking graveyard. I be tired, y'all. I be tired, y'all. Seeing the same demons behind different faces. Anger issues with happiness while I chase it. Darn these dark tunnels echoing that crash talk. 21 floating savages hold red balloons, fear exhaust. How much it costs? How much it costs? Here's some tokens for some wise thoughts eating away your innocence. Dancing King sing some horrors, making it hard to be vulnerable in this minstrel. White folks don't get Ivan Illich playing victim with good intentions. Admittedly done that amongst my male privilege. Attempting to rinse the tears off the blood of my sacrifices. Rapid in the fiction, strange drip fruition at the root of US as children. Hands baby raised in drunken fate. Staggering Diddy bops across Johnny's plank. Double D's in a fight club holding threes. Jaw breaking bad greed and lust for 25 cents. An extra quarter get you many men dying of paranoia. Ripping off the wings of Macklemore vultures. Black boy fly, no matter how controversial. Every time I've been in love, I ain't never been sober. Too hard to comprehend infliction and realize my enemies is human. Therefore, underestimating the necessities of forgiving me. Too afraid to be in love. Too afraid to be vulnerable with my mother, my father, my brothers, my sister. Too afraid to use these ashes for comfort. But I'm never too afraid to bring the motherfucking ruckus. My name is spoken. Too afraid to change. Too much of the same as a groundhog inferior to mountaintops. I died off. Caution as an imposter to send in Rome. And feminist ideology. The toxicity of my intimacy reeks of BET uncut. And holding Caulfield's tip drills, fetishizing conversations of the mud. Hold to be escort to a place amongst a touch because time and time again, this world has not shown while belong aside from entertainment. While pimp my soul for the relation to your seed, I'd rather live in sin if it meant to be authentic. Lies led to lynches, still smoke image from false whistles that blow to avalanche tornadoes amongst a Jumanji fable narrated by a Karen. Screams towards bloodshed when it's not there, slicking on the concrete, dripping from batons, covered by rubber bullets. This the Gil Scott apocalypse of unrest poets. Nah, we can't get along. If America gotta die for us to be free, this shit. So long. Welcome to the motherfucking Terror Dome.
Burn the stage down before you leave, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for your presence tonight. It was very much felt, congratulations on your tour. I wish you so much prosperity, peace, and thank you for coming and blessing our mic tonight.
Yes,
thank you for having me.
Awesome
really
hearing your cadence.
Yes, you got to come back on again. So you have an open invitation. And we're going to come make sure we support your work too. So just make sure you message me and let me know what your show is going to be in LA so we can be there to support you. Anything that you have that you want me to share, inbox me, and I'm always sharing. I really appreciate it. We're trying to build this poetry community to make sure we help support each other. Support is a very important thing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. And I definitely can't wait to come back because, man, I want to hear everybody's pieces again. Y'all been burning it down. So thank you for sharing yourselves, your spirit, and being open and vulnerable because this is not an easy thing to do,
Right.
and, we put our lives on the line for this. So much love to y'all. Thank you. And y'all have a blessed night and much love.
Likewise. Love and light.
Thank you so much.
Love
Have a
and
good
light.
night. Be safe.
Peace. Wow, this was an amazing night. All the poets were fire, fire, and more fire. What a way to celebrate Black History Month by making our voices heard and blessing the mic tonight. Do we have time for another round or are we done, Miss Drea?
So Spoken Truth is going to close us out unless you want to close us out with a poem. I'm not, you know. But you are the closer. But Spoken Truth is up, and then Ebb and Flow is going to close us out. Okay. And then you guys stay on after the credits roll, and we're going to talk after. Okay.
So a performance piece called Tears of Stone, or one from the book called Human Condition. Which one would you like to hear?
You're muted, Ebony.
I'm so sorry. Can you run that by me again, please? Please forgive me.
A
What were
performance
the
piece.
options again? What were the options?
A performance piece called Tears of Stone, or something from the book called The Human Condition. And I'm going to show you what this wall is.
Tears of Stone, yes.
So my wall in the art, it does something different for the audience so they can see I didn't get to do it last time. I think they can see that. Okay. And so this piece is called Tears of Stone. I look forward to coming back many times. Everybody was awesome. I'm enjoying hearing the cadence from that side because I've performed in New York. I haven't really performed on the West Coast that much. So there's differences. You can hear how people write things, and I very much enjoy your style of writing. all everybody. Even though I know you're in Texas, it still kind of feels the same. So, this piece is called Tears of Stone. Let's, shout out Toledo, Ohio, begin peace. I can't cry. Yes, I can't cry. I don't have time to linger in one emotion for too long. Happy, sad, upset, reminiscent, or just pure tears of joy. There are so many moving parts, and I fear if I sink too much emotion into one thing, yes, one thing, I'll become lost. So many things depend on me to be this statuesque figure, bond, yes, bond into the minds of everyone I meet. To be that thing, that substance, that inspiration that might peak growth inside of them. So I cry inside. Yes, I cry inside, filling up wells, yes, wells of bottomless remorse for people who just tried to hang on too long. It's not you. No, it's not you. It's definitely me. See, I never learned how to attach. I've always been bounced, yes, bounced from one situation to another before my synapses could fully adapt and take heed to the environment and understand that they were real. So I smile. Yes, I smile. Because in that crooked grin, I give you every, yes, every emotion I wish I could say out loud. My fear, my pain, my love, my loss, my joy, and every, yes, every emotion that comes from the depths of me and those few pearly whites. So I don't cry in front of people. Yes, I don't cry in front of people. But if you saw my tears, you are blessed, yes, and cursed. Because those few, yes, those few precious moments of vulnerable insecurity are something I don't show the world. That, yes, that is the ultimate form of trust I can give. Not laughs, ha ha, jokes, stoic nature, or the ability, yes, the ability to connect to all of you, even in just a few moments. But the liquid, yes, the liquid that drips from my face, when the wells, yes, the wells overflow, and I just need a moment. Thank you for this moment and peace.
Thank you for blessing us with that
Thank
piece. That was
you.
beautiful, beautiful. And thank you for coming back to the show and joining us tonight. We enjoyed all of you very, very much. Akeem, fire, fire, fire. We really appreciate your presence. And I wanted to take the time to dedicate this show to my cousin. She passed away from cancer today. And I just want to send love and light out to all of my family, whether they're watching or not. Keep us lifted in prayers. And so I'll end with this small piece, and it's called The Rebirth, right? And so my book is called The Rebirth, Flat Soda for Roses. And I'm not sure if you may know, but when withering flowers are dying, if you pour flat soda in, preferably like 7 Up or ginger ale, it will rebirth the flowers. So in memory of her, Dominique Woosley Patterson, your memory will forever live on. We send love and light to your children and big hugs to all of my family. And this piece says, it is said that withering flowers will not die when flat soda may be the remedy, rebirthing a new batch to bloom. I assume that truth lies in glass vases, half filled with solutions that reveal life again, reflections of a rebirth. Flat soda for roses. Thank you all for tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love and the light. The poetry got me through tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all again in the real world and the poetry world. Join us here next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. Love and light.
Thank you
Peace.
so much. Stay on, guys.